Hello students, welcome to Sairam classes English 1 to 3. Today we are reading part 2 of chapter 6 class 8. This is Geordie's Fawn. In previous video we had done line by line explanation of chapter of part 1. Geordie gave himself over to thoughts of the fawn. They passed the abandoned clearing. He was engaged himself in thinking about the fawn. He was continuously thinking about the fawn. They crossed a deserted piece of land in the forest. He said, cut to the north, Millville. It was up here that Pa got beaten by the snake and killed the doe, and I saw the fawn. Geordie gave direction as he told Millville to turn towards the north where his father Penny got beaten by a snake and he had killed the doe and seen the fawn there only. Suddenly, Geordie was unwilling to have Millville with him. If the fawn was dead or could not be found, he could not have his disappointment seen. And if the fawn was there, the meeting would be so lovely and so secret that he could not endure to share it. And suddenly, जो Geordie था, he doesn't want to take Millville with him into the forest because he think if the fawn was dead or they are not able to find out the fawn, he doesn't want to show his disappointment to anyone. And if the fawn was there, the meeting would be so lovely. जो meeting होगी, it would be so lovely, so personal that he could not bring himself to share it. He doesn't want to share this meeting with anyone. He said, it's not far now, but the scrub is very thick for a horse. I can make it on foot. Then he informed him, now we have almost come near to that place, but the scrub is very thick for a horse. जो scrub है, जो small plants हैं, they are very thick, so it will not be able for a horse to get inside, so I can manage myself on foot. But I am afraid to leave you, boy. Suppose you got lost or got beaten by the snake too. Then जो Millville होते हैं, he said him that he was very afraid to leave Geordie in this place. Suppose if he lost or he was also beaten by the snake too, then what will happen? I will take care. It might take me a long time to find the fawn if he is wandered. Leave me off right here. Then वो inform करता है उसको कि assure करता है उसको that he will handle the situation and he will also take a while for him to find the fawn in case he is wandered further, कि शायद थोड़ा टाइम लगे उसको ढूंढने में अगर वो इधर उधर गया होगा. And he told Millville to leave him nearby, कि उसको यहीं पर छोड़ दे. All right, but you take it easy now. You know north here and east. Then he follows his direction and advise him to take it easy. And he asked Geordie if he is aware where the north and east was. वो उसको पूछता है कि तुम्हें पता है कि north और east कहाँ है. There and there. That tall pine makes a bearing. So long, Millville, I am obliged. He waited for the sound of the hoofs to end, then cut to the right. The scrub was still. Only his own crackling of twigs sounded across the silence. He wondered for an instant if he had mistaken the direction. Then Geordie told him by pointing out the direction that he knows and tell that the tall pine acts as a compass. कि जो tall pine है, जो लंबे लंबे pines हैं, they act like a compass that help in identify the direction. And Millville also remarks that the pine is so long, to which Geordie agrees and expresses gratefulness. वो उसका He waited for the sound of the hoofs to end, then cut to the right. The scrub was still. Only his own crackling of twigs sounded across the silence. He wondered for an instant if he had mistaken his direction. He waited. Why does he waited? He waited for the sound of hoofs. Hoofs means जो स्टैप्स होते हैं हॉर्स के, उनके जो साउंड्स के, उनकी जो आवाज़ होती है उसकी आवाज़ आ रही थी. तो ही वेटेड टिल देन एंड देन कट टू द राइट. द स्क्रब वॉज स्टिल. जो स्क्रब थी वो अभी भी उसके सामने थी. एंड ओनली हिज क्रैकलिंग ऑफ ट्विग्स. केवल जो उसकी क्रैकलिंग है, जो साउंड ऑफ अ फ्यू ट्विग्स कुड बी हर्ड इन द साइलेंस. केवल साउंड जो था फ्यू ट्विग्स का, जो ब्रांचेस का साउंड था, केवल वो ही सुना जा सकता था वहाँ पर. ही वॉन्डर्ड. और उसे कहीं ना कहीं सरप्राइज हुआ, कहीं ना कहीं डाउट भी था उसे कि मे बी आई हैव मिस्टेकन माई डायरेक्शन. मे बी I forgot my direction somewhere. Then a buzzard rose in front of him and flapped into the air. Buzzard means a large bird, like the vulture that eats the flesh of dead animals. Suddenly he saw a bird in front of him and flapped. It was flapping his wings into the air. He came into the clearing under the oaks. और वो कहाँ आ गई? बिल्कुल ओक्स के ट्रीज़ के नीचे आ गई. बजर्ड सैट इन ए सर्कल अराउंड द कारकेस ऑफ द डोर. देन जितने भी वो बजर्ड थे, जितने भी एनिमल, जितने भी वो बर्ड्स थे, लार्ज बर्ड, दे सैट इन ए सर्कल अराउंड द कारकेस. कारकेस मीन्स जो डेड बॉडी थी डोर की. दे सिट अराउंड इट्स बॉडी. दे टर्न देयर हेड्स ऑन देयर लॉन्ग स्क्रॉनी नेक्स एंड हिस्ड एट हिम. और क्या किया उन्होंने? They looked at him with their heads that laid on their long necks and hissed at him. He threw his bow at them and they flew into an adjacent tree. जॉडी ने क्या किया? जॉडी threw his bow at them and they flew into a nearby tree. वो पास में पेड़ पर चली गई उड़ करके. The sand showed large cat prints, but the big cats killed fresh. And they had left the door to the carrion birds. The sand was showing marks of large cat footprints who had killed it recently and had left the door for the carrion birds. और जो है उन्होंने डॉ को कैरियन बर्ड्स के लिए छोड़ दिया था वहाँ पर. He parted the glass at the place where he had seen the fawn. It did not seem possible that it was only yesterday. The fawn was not there. He circled the clearing. There was no sound, no sign. The buzzards clacked their wings, impatient to return to their business. He returned to the spot where the fawn had emerged and dropped on all the fours, studying the sand for the small footprints. The night's rain had washed away all tracks except those of cats and buzzards. Then Jody separated the grass from the place where he saw the fawn the previous day. He could not believe that it had just been a day. उसे समझ ही नहीं आया कि वो एक दिन पहले की बात थी. The fawn was not at the place. Jody searched the abandoned land, but there was no sound, no sign of one. On the other hand, जो buzzard थे, they made sound with their wings out of desperation to resume what they were doing. क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं वो साउंड कर रहे थे, आवाज़ कर रहे थे कि जो है उन्हें उनके काम से हटा दिया गया था. वो उसकी जो डेड बॉडी के पास बैठे थे उन्हें वहाँ से हटा दिया गया था. Jody began looking at the place where the fawn had appeared from and began reading the small footprints in the sand. But the rain from last night had washed away all tracks except for cats and buzzard. जॉडी ने जो है देखना भी शुरू किया कि फ़ोन के कहीं फूट मिल जाए, स्मॉल प्रिंट मिल जाए. बट जो रेन हुई थी लास्ट नाइट, इट हैड वॉश्ड ऑल द ट्रैक एक्सेप्ट फॉर कैट्स एंड बजर्ड. सिर्फ कैट्स के और बजर्ड्स के ही जो फुटप्रिंट थे वो वहाँ पर बचे हुए थे, बाकी सब रेन ने वॉश कर दिया था. कॉम्प्रिहेंशन चेक. जॉडी डिड नॉट वॉन्ट मील विल विद हिम फॉर 2 रीजन्स. वॉट वर दे? जॉडी जो है क्यों नहीं ले जाना चाहता था वहाँ पर उसको अपने साथ? 2 रीजन्स थे एंड दीज 2 रीजन्स यू हैव टू राइट योर सेल्फ. वाई वॉज मीलविल अफ्रेड टू लीव जॉडी अलॉन? एंड क्यों जो मिलविल है वो डर रहा था जॉडी को अकेला छोड़ने में वहाँ पर उस कंडीशन में. Movement directly in front of him startled him so that he tumbled backward. Startled means feeling or showing sudden shock. अचानक से झटका लगना, एक तरह से शॉक लगना. Tumbled backward. Tumble means गिर जाना, एक तरह गिर जाना या फिर collapse हो जाना. The fawn lifted his face to his. He turned its head with a wide, wandering motion and shook him through with the stare of its liquid eyes. It was quivering. It made no effort to rise or run. Jody could not trust himself to move. He whispered, "It's me." Jody was shocked after having experienced some movement in front of him and he fell backward. वो पीछे चला गया उस मोमेंट को देखकर. It was the fawn. The fawn lifted his face with a wide and wondering motion to see Jody, and he was staring him with his liquid eyes that it left Jody shook, जिससे जॉडी को बहुत शॉक लगा. The fawn was shaking with a slight rapid motion. The fawn was set still and made no effort. जो fawn था उसने कोई एफर्ट नहीं किया वहाँ से उठने का. And Jody could not trust himself to move. और जो जॉडी है वो भी मूव करना नहीं चाह रहा था. But he whispered lightly, लेकिन बहुत धीरे से बोला, "It's me." ये मैं हूँ. The fawn lifted its nose, scanning him. He reached out one hand and laid it on the soft neck. The touch made him delirious. He moved forward on all fours until he was close beside it. He put his arm around his body. A light convulsion passed over it, but it did not stir. Then his touch made the fawn excited. Delirious means excited. जैसे उसने छुआ उसको तो जो fawn था उसको बहुत excited लगा. He moved forward. वो थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ा. He put his arms around the fawn, which made the fawn shiver slightly. जिससे क्या हुआ, वो शिवर होने लगा धीरे धीरे. But he did not stir. लेकिन वो हिला नहीं. Which means he was not frightened but comforted. It means कि कहीं ना कहीं वो उसके साथ comfort feel कर रहा था. वो डर नहीं रहा था उससे. He stalked its sides as gently as though the fawn were a china deer and he might break it. और वो उसको इतना प्यार से सहला रहा था, इतने प्यार से उसको पकड़ा हुआ था उसने, इतना केयर करा था उसकी जैसे कि वो चाइना डियर हो. चाइना मतलब क्ले का डियर, मिट्टी का डियर हो. एंड ही माइट ब्रेक, और शायद वो टूट जाए. Its skin was very soft. It was sleek and clean and had a sweet scent of grass. बहुत अच्छी सी स्मेल आ रही थी. He rose slowly and lifted the fawn from the ground. Its leg hung limply. उसने जो है क्या किया? He lifted the fawn from the ground in a way that hung his limbs in the air. जो उसके limbs थे वो air में थे. They were surprising long. जो उसकी legs थी they were too long and he had to hoist the fawn as high as possible under his arms. And Jody had to hold him as high as possible under his arms. को जो है he was afraid that it might kick and bleed at sight and smell of his mother. He skirted the clearing and pushed his way into the thicket. He was afraid. Why he was afraid? Because he was thinking whenever they pass from the near by the body of his mother, then it might kick and bleed by the sight and smell of his mother. He skirted the clearing. उसने जो है क्लियर किया, जो रास्ता था उसको क्लियर किया एंड अपना वहाँ से रास्ता बनाया, उस जंगल से रास्ता बनाया. इट वॉज डिफ़िकल्ट टू फाइट थ्रू विद हिज बर्डन. और बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट था उस छोटे से बच्चे के लिए इस बर्डन को लेकर के चलना. द फॉन्स लैग कॉट इन द बुशेज एंड ही कुड नॉट लेफ्ट हिज ओन विद फ्रीडम. जो उसकी लैग्स थी इट वॉज कॉट इन द बुशेज एंड ही वॉज नॉट एबल टू कैरी his legs and he was not able to make his legs free from there. He tried to shed its face from prickling vines. उसने कोशिश की उसके फेस को छिपाने की, कवर करने की जो वाइन्स थी. Its hands bobbed with his stride. His heart thumped with the marvel of its acceptance of him. उसका दिल धड़क रहा था उससे. He reached the trail and walked as fast as he could until he came to the intersection with the road home. वो जल्दी जल्दी पहुंच रहा था उस रास्ते पर और जितना जल्दी वो चल सकता था इंटरसेक्शन मतलब उस रोड तक आने के लिए, घर की रोड तक आने के लिए. स्टॉप टू रेस्ट, वो रुका रेस्ट के लिए. एंड सेट द फॉन डाउन और इज डेंगलिंग लैग्स, और उसने उसको जो है छोड़ दिया, थोड़ी देर के लिए बैठा दिया अपनी उसकी लैग्स पर, जो उसकी डैंगलिंग लैग्स थी, हिलती डुलती लैग थी, उस पर उसने 2 मिनट रेस्ट के लिए उसे छोड़ दिया. इट वेवर्ड ऑन देम, इट लुक्ड एट हिम एंड ब्लीटेड, और उसने उसको देखा और वो ब्लीड करने लगा. He sat enchanted. I will carry you after I get my breath. He remembered his father saying that a fawn would follow if it had first been carried. Geordie was filled with delight. He was filling with happiness, as told the fawn that he would carry it once it had taken a bit of rest. जैसे वो थोड़ा रेस्ट ले लेगा वो उसको उठा लेगा. और he remembered his father saying that a fawn would follow, कि उसे अपने फादर की बात याद आई कि जो फॉन है would follow it if it had first been carried, कि अगर उसे थोड़ी टाइम ले लो तो वो अपने आप जो है फॉलो करने लगता है. he started away slowly, उसने धीरे से चलना शुरू किया. the fawn stared after him, जो फॉन था he was staring him, उसको देख रहा था, घूर रहा था. he came back to it, वो वापस आया and stalked it and walked away again, और उसने उसको लिया and went forward again. This it took a few wobbling steps toward him and cried piteously. It was willing to follow him. This time the fawn took a few weak steps in Geordie's direction as he cried. Although wobbling means he was standing unsteadily, he was not moving, but somewhere Geordie knew it now that he wanted to come with him, कि वो उसके साथ आना चाहता था. He was light-headed with joy. Light-headed means unable to think clearly. उसे पूरी तरह से मतलब क्लियर नहीं हो पा रहा था, समझ नहीं आ रहा था उसको. वो खुशी के मारे उसे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था. He wanted to fondle it, उसे टच करना चाहता था प्यार से. To run, उसके एंड दौड़ना चाहता था. And romp with it, एंड उसके साथ प्ले करना चाहता था. To call it to come to him, और उसको आवाज़ लगाना चाहता था कि उसके साथ आए. He dared not alarm it. He picked it up and carried it in front of him over his 2 arms. It seemed to him that he walked without effort. बट ही डिड नॉट वॉन्ट टू फ्राइटन हिम, लेकिन उसको डराना नहीं चाहता. अलार्म मीन्स फ्राइटेंड. उसने उसको उठाया एंड कैरिड इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम, उसे लिया एफर्टलेसली और वहाँ से चल दिया. हिज आर्म्स बिगेन टू एक्ट एंड ही वॉज फोर्स्ड टू स्टॉप अगेन. व्हेन ही वॉकड ऑन द फॉन फॉलोड हिम एट वंस. As I've already told you that he was a very small boy, so he stopped unwillingly. Unwillingly, he doesn't want to stop, but his arms had start aching. दर्द होने लगा था, पेन होने लगा था उसकी हाथों में. The fawn followed him as he walked again, और जैसे वो चला तो fawn ने उसको follow किया. He allowed it to walk a little distance. उसने उसे सिर्फ थोड़ी देर के लिए चलने दिया. Then picked it up again, और वापस उसे उठा लिया. The distance home was nothing. डिस्टेंस जो घर का डिस्टेंस था वो बिल्कुल वो ख़त्म हो चुका था, ऑलमोस्ट पास था घर अब. He could have walked all day and into night carrying it and watching it follow. वो पूरे दिन जो है वो वॉक कर सकता था, रात में दिन में उसको पकड़े हुए, and watching it follow. He was wet with sweat, but a light breeze blew through the June morning. वो गीला हो गया था because he was tired and due to tiredness he was sweating. उसको sweating हो रही थी, जून की morning थी, and it was a light breeze, but there was a light breeze which was helping him to dry his sweating, cooling him, ठंडा कर रही थी उसको. The sky was as clear as spring water in a blue china cup. और वो जो स्काई था इतना क्लियर था दैट यू कैन ईजिली कंपेयर टू स्प्रिंग वाटर इन अ ब्लू चाइना कप, कि ब्लू चाइना के कप में जैसे स्प्रिंग वाटर दिखता है, पानी दिखता है, वो इतना क्लियर था. इट वॉज फ्रेश एंड ग्रीन आफ्टर द नाइट रेन. और रात की बारिश के बाद सब कुछ फ्रेश और ग्रीन हो गया था. ही फम्बल्ड विद द लैच एंड फाइनली obliged to set down the fawn to manage it. Then he had an idea. He would walk into the house. He reached the clearing at last, which was green and fresh after the showers at night. जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया अभी कि जब रात को बारिश के कारण सब कुछ ग्रीन ग्रीन था, it was a bit difficult for him to open the latch of the house, but he could do it once he set the fan down. क्योंकि उसके लिए कुंडी खोलनी थोड़ी मुश्किल थी, लेकिन वो कब कर सकता था इसको, जब वो उसको नीचे रख दे. At first he thought of making the fawn follow directly into Penny's room. और पहले उसने सोचा कि जो है उसको सीधा जो है पापा के बेडरूम में लेके जाए. बट एट द स्टेप्स द fawn balked and refused to climb them. लेकिन जैसे ही fawn थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ा, उसने रिफ्यूज़ कर दिया टू क्लाइम द स्टेयर्स, स्टेयर्स पर चढ़ने के लिए. He picked it up and went to his father. As maybe you can say that he was sensing that the killer of his mother was there. Maybe he was getting sense of it. That's why he was not. That's why he was refusing to go outside. He picked it up and went to his father. Penny lay with closed eyes. उसने उसको उठाया and went to his father. His father Penny was lying down with closed eyes. वो वहाँ पर लेटे हुए थे आंखें बंद करके. जॉडी कॉल्ड, पा लुक. उसने पापा को आवाज़ लगाई कि देखो. पेनी टर्न हिज हैड. पेनी ने अपना हेड टर्न किया. इट सीम टू पेनी दैट द बॉयज आइज वर एज ब्राइट एज द फॉन्स. और उसने नोटिस किया कि जॉडी की जो आइज़ थी, दे वर एज ब्राइट एज द फॉन्स. ही सैड आई एम ग्लैड यू फाउंड हिम. उसने कहा कि मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि तुमने इसको जो है ढूंढ लिया. जॉडी देन वेंट टू द किचन. द फॉन वॉबल्ड आफ्टर हिम. जॉडी किचन गया और फॉन ने भी उसको जो है उसके पीछे पीछे गया. अ पैन ऑफ मॉर्निंग्स मिल्क स्टूड इन द किचन सेफ. एक और जो वहाँ पर जो पैन था वो वहाँ पर रखा हुआ था किचन में. द क्रीम हैड रीजन ऑन इट. और उसके दूध के ऊपर जो है मलाई आ गई थी. स्किम द क्रीम. उसने मलाई को हटाया. इनटू अ जग ही पोर्ड मिल्क इनटू अ स्मॉल गोड. और एक जो है उसने मिल्क को जो है स्मॉल गॉड में, जो छोटे से बाउल या किसी चीज़ में उसने निकाला. ही हेल्ड इट आउट टू द फॉन. और उसने उसको फॉन को दिया. इट बटेड इट सडनली स्मेलिंग द मिल्क. ही सेव्ड इट precariously from spilling over the floor. It could make nothing of the milk in the gourd. It butted it suddenly means he जो fawn था he sniffed it. उसने उसको smell कर लिया milk को. He saved it precariously from spilling as Jody was trying to save the milk from spilling. It could make nothing of the milk in the gourd. और उसने जो है क्या किया फॉन ने. ही कुड नॉट ड्रिंक द मिल्क आउट ऑफ द गॉड. उसने उस गॉड से जो है पानी नहीं पिया, उस बर्तन से पानी दूध नहीं पिया. ही डिप्ड हिज फिंगर इन द मिल्क एंड थ्रस्ट डैम इन टू द फॉन्स सॉफ्ट वेट माउथ. इट sucked greedily. When he withdrew them, it bleated frantically and butted him. He dipped his fingers again as the fawn sucked. He lowered them slowly into the milk. Frantically मतलब excitedly. Butted means you can say that with the head or the horns. So Jody, what did the Jody do when he was not drinking the milk? He dipped his fingers in the milk and put them in its soft wet mouth. उसके मुंह में डाल दी. Instantly which the fawn sucked greedy. And fawn ने उसको suck कर लिया उसकी fingers को. He was hungry, which is why when Jody took his fingers out of its mouth, it cried and hit him with head. जो वो fawn था, it was hungry. And why? How do we know it? Because when the Jody took out his fingers from his mouth, it cried. उसने आवाज़ की, रोया वो. And hit him. और Jody को hit किया अपने head से. Sorry. The fawn blew and sucked and snorted. It stamped its small hoofs impatiently. As long as he had held his fingers below the level of milk, the fawn was content. It closed its eyes dreamily. It was ecstasy to feel its tongue against his hand. Its small tail flicked back and forth. The last of the milk vanished in the swirl of foam and gurgling. The next time Jody put his fingers in the fawn's mouth, he gently lowered it. धीरे उसने नीचे किया it so as to bring it near the utensil. The fawn became impatient. एकदम impatient हो गया जैसे छोटा बच्चा होता है दूध को देख करके. Blew the milk and sucked it and made sound. उसने पिया और sound और आवाज़ें करने लगा. The fawn was calm till Jody kept his finger inside the milk and he drank with eyes closed in satisfaction. जो fawn था बिल्कुल calm quiet था जब तक उस जॉडी ने अपनी फिंगर्स को वहाँ पर रखा उसकी मिल्क के अंदर और he was drinking the milk in a satisfactory manner. Jody felt overwhelmed on feeling its tongue against his hand as his small tail moved back and forth. और जॉडी को बहुत खुशी हो रही थी फीलिंग इट्स टंग क्योंकि जो उसकी टंग थी वो कहीं वो उसकी जो है उसके हाथों को उसकी फिंगर्स को छू रही थी एंड जो उसकी जो स्मॉल टेल थी इट वाज मूविंग बैक एंड फोर्थ वो आगे पीछे जा रही थी. द मिल्क डिसअपियर्ड क्विकली फॉर्मिंग फॉर्म और धीरे धीरे उससे क्या हुआ क्विकली जो है फटाफट से जो मिल्क था वो डिसअपियर हो गया और झाग दिखाई देने लगी विच वॉज मार्क्ड बाय अ बबलिंग साउंड जो कि एक बबलिंग साउंड मतलब जो बबलिंग साउंड आने लगा वहाँ पर. हाउ डिड जॉडी ब्रिंग द फॉन बैक होम. जॉडी वॉज फिल्ड with emotion after he found the fawn. Can you find at least 3 word or phrases which show how he felt? Question number 3. How did the deer drink milk from the gourd? Why didn't the fawn follow Jody at the steps as he had thought it would? So these are the questions you have to do yourself. If you find any problem, you can write in the comment section. Okay? And if you like the video, then please like and subscribe the channel. So please stay home, stay safe.